Hey, this is Ken, and we are in my garage working on the 1970 Mach 1 old school race car today. We've done a lot of things to her so far. We've put in new bearings and races in the front suspension, front wheels. We've done the front suspension. We've adjusted the steering box, adjusted the shift linkage a bit. We've put in a Monte Carlo or a sway bar, or excuse me, Monte Carlo bar as it's called in the Mustang world. We took apart the Summit carburetor, put larger restrictors in the accelerator pumps to get rid of the flat spot it's got. We've stuck new gauges in it, oil pressure, water temperature. We've put some Calvert traction bars in the back, which is definitely needed. This thing had wheel hop bad. Also, we're getting some pinion angle shims, should be arriving here any day now. It's getting new plugs, of course, and that kind of stuff. Today, though, it's getting a fuel sender. I tested the gauge by grounding the sender wire, which put it all the way till, let me see, full, I believe. Ungrounded, it went empty, or vice versa, I don't remember, but that proved the gauge was working, but the sender wasn't. So that's our job today, get the fuel sender out, get a new one in, and see how that works. So watch along as I go through it. Laugh at me if you like, leave comments if you like. I appreciate everything that's said, whether it's negative or not, and we'll get her done. All right, here we go. And the first thing we need to do is we need to take off the fuel lines, unplug the sender unit, the wire, and get these undone. This is kind of an old piece of rubber. I might end up replacing that. But they have gone from a 5/16 to a 3/8 here, so getting that to seal was probably a bit of a trick. But I don't think I have a small enough screwdriver down here. I do have a pair of pliers. Let's see if I can get it with that. Oh yeah. At least they use some good clamps. Now, I've drained the fuel out of here already, but that's no guarantee I'm not going to get some fuel out of here, out of the line. I'm hoping not, because it hasn't been running for a week or so. By the way, these are 1/4 inch or screwdriver, not really made for a pair of pliers, but since I forgot my screwdriver, that's what we used. And maybe it's gonna work. I kind of want to get my screwdriver just to do it right. There we go. See if we can get it to come off. Oh, hard, heavy line. Old heavy line. Old hard line. Oh, goodness gracious. That's old line. Hold on a sec, guys. I'll go get a pair of cutters and I'll just cut that and then I'll replace that line. I'm back. Yeah, I thought when I was up there I might as well grab a 1/4 inch nut driver just so I could tighten those back up when I needed to. We're just going to do a little snip right here. There we go. And we are draining a little bit of gas. I kind of thought it would, but hoped it wouldn't. Not much though. There we go. All right, let me get rid of these gas soaked rags before they... All right, we're back again. So now we have to move this ring and get it off, get it to twist. They do make a tool for it. It is something I don't have. But what I do have is a flat punch and a hammer. So we are going to begin tapping around it the right way. And you can see it's already starting to move a little bit. We're not going to beat on it hard. Just enough to keep it turning. I really like this punch because it has an angle in it. It allows me to set it fairly flat against whatever I'm hitting and just spin it right off. Alright, it's loose. That was painless. There we go. Old one. Now let's hope we don't get a bunch of fuel out of here. I tell you what, that's in there good. Alright, usually they have nothing holding them in. Sorry I blocked the camera there. Just gonna get a screwdriver here and get under the lip. Maybe. See if I can get it to pop loose. There we go. There it goes. Well, wouldn't that be something if this was the original? In 1970. 52 years old. Is that right? Yeah. And it still had the original sender in it, I'm betting. Boy, that, oh yeah, look at that. That is some ugly stuff there. Holy cow. Look at that, guys. There's not even a float on there. No filter, no float. Well, where are they? They're in there somewhere. Oh my God. Holy cow. Well, that raises a whole new issue. To drop one of these tanks, it actually goes up through the trunk. There's a whole bunch of bolts hold it on all the way around. Have to take off the fuel fill. Oh, but that I think is going to have to happen. I'm going to call up the owner of the vehicle and see if he wants me to pull this tank and find out where all those parts are and get them out of his tank. I'm assuming they're right there. I might be able to get them with a claw tool. I'll give that a try here while you guys are watching, see if that works. If that works, that'd be great. Let's go fishing. Probably can't grab the float. It's probably too big around for my claws. So let's see if we can grab anything. Nothing yet. There's a magnet on the end too, but the float is brass, or should be. Oh, I can hear stuff. So, oh, look at that. What do we get? Oh, if I know. Well, that's the end of the float. Oh, no, I take it back. That's a bottle cap. Look at this, guys. That is a bottle cap. Holy cow. As Vice Grip Garage would say, well, no, I'm not going to do it. I love that show. I'm sure you guys have seen it. He would say, I'll be dipped. And let me just put it out there. Alright, well that's all I'm finding on my fishing expedition. I guess there is one more thing to do, and that's grab a flashlight and see if I can see inside there. Oh my God. That's a rusty piece of junk in there. Sorry, you're looking at the back of my head. Well, I don't see the filter, and I don't see the float. So where those went, I don't know. Maybe they're up in the corners here somewhere. Try one more time of fishing. I can't get into the corners there enough. All right. Well, like I said, guys, I'm going to call up the owner, and then I'll be back. All right, I am back. Consensus is to send it. So we're going to install the new stuff and seal it all up. One thing I want you to note is there's a pretty decent filter on the end of this. Hopefully that will capture some of the crud. We're going to put a pre-filter on before the fuel pump. It uses a mechanical fuel pump. And we already got a good 10 micron filter up front before the carburetor. So we're not going to get any of the junk that's in here into the critical items. We may end up plugging this up eventually, but he said send it, so let's send it. You'll notice there's a notch in each side here. There's also a notch here and here, and those have to line up in order to go in, and you should orient yourself to where they are. This is off center there. That puts the fuel pump straight down, and hopefully they will line up when we put it in. So float first. Line everything up. And go for it. Partial success. I can feel that we have this notch in where it's supposed to be. We don't have the other one. And now our gasket's loose. So put our gasket back up there. The fix for this issue is to bend one of these tabs. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. I'm going to take this tab and I'm going to bend it in just a little bit. I'm actually going to bend the other one just a little bit too. I want them to be straight in, not sticking out a little bit like they are. And that should allow us to put it straight in. There it is. Now make sure you take a look all the way around and make sure that gasket is not hanging out. It shouldn't be visible whatsoever all the way around. It should be nice and level sitting in there. You can kind of give it a little wiggle. Make sure you feel it sitting nice and level, and then hold on tight. Keep pressure on it while you put your ring in there. And start your ring turning. There you go. We're going to do a little bit of tapping. Just like we did when we took it off. We're not going to get too feverish on any one. I just want to work it down there nicely. We're going to turn it all the way to the stops. It's getting there. Probably didn't need as big a hammer as I'm using, but better too big than too small in just about everything. Almost set all the way around. It is just about set on that one. It's a little bit a ways from the other ones. Probably because it's not an American-made part. Like nothing is anymore. That looks marvelous. I don't think we can get it hanging on any tighter. Probably not. All right. That is definitely going to hold. I'll bet it works better than the old one. Let's see if I can get this line off, or I'm going to have to cut it. Oh, there it goes. Yes. They actually flared that. Pretty sweet. All right. I'm going to go get a short piece of hose. Be right back. All right, everybody, remember, today's fuels have alcohol in them, which we really don't like. Destroys rubber, right? So make sure you have hoses that can handle today's fuels. And this hose is Earl's Vapor Guard. And it is supposed to handle today's fuels pretty decently. And not let any of the... Oh, you know what I should have done? See, this is why I said you could laugh at me if you wanted to. It'd been better to have the clamps on before I just shoved that piece on there. But there is a fix for that. When you do something stupid like that. Especially when you got clamps like this. You can unscrew them all the way and put them on afterwards. That driver works so much better than my pliers. All right, there we go. That's it. We've got the new fuel cylinder in. It's got a filter on it, which is great. It's got a float on it, which is great. I think it'll work a lot better than that. And a bottle cap. I hope you enjoyed that, guys. This is Ken, and we're in my garage.